Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Dungeon Nytes' second campaign. These lovely new faces to the Dungeon Nytes fam are going to be here for hopefully a long time. Yeah, forever. No, but we're starting up this is our second campaign. It's going to be a homebrew based on the Rime of the Frostmaiden adventure. I hope you guys are ready for some excitement. A lot of people have been getting in on the Rime of the Frostmaiden action because it's such a cool new adventure, and I'm hoping that you all enjoy our twist. And by you all, I mean our players, because chat, you're here. You're here for this. This is D&D. You can't get enough. You addicted. It's like this is your fix. And now you get it twice a week instead of just once a week. So let's go ahead and introduce everybody. You don't have to talk about your characters because we're going to do that in character, but I'm just going to start left to right. Rit, tell us about yourself.
Oh shoot, I wasn't prepared. Hello, I'm Ritla.
Just name, maybe name, level of D&D experience, and we'll go from there.
Okay, my name is Ritlua. Starting out just exactly how everybody else pronounces it, which is with gibberish. Or otherwise known as Raylan. And I have played exactly one shot in my entire life, and then a really sad attempt on a tabletop once upon a time. So I'm coming in here as a little bit of newbie, and I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, yep, that's me.
Yeah.
Mario.
Magic.
Hi, I'm Magic Unicorn. I've only done one other campaign before this one, so this is my second character that I've built. And when I'm not playing D&D, I'm probably playing Destiny 2 or chasing around toddlers all day.
And where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter or Twitch at Magic with a K at the end, Unicorn _. So Magic Unicorn _ or on Instagram, a Magic Unicorn.
There you go.
Or on TikTok if you like Among Us memes.
I do like Among Us memes. I just don't like playing. We're going to eventually get the name cards to flip and things like we do. That was just like the fine detail that didn't get to this week. We'll do it for next week. Mimi, tell us about yourself.
I am Mimi, and I played D&D a long time ago, and then started up with a group about 2 years ago. And we're kind of on a hiatus right now, and so I'm looking forward to starting a new adventure with everybody.
Yes. And Mr. Geigen.
Hello, I'm Geigen. I have played D&D for far too long, over 20 years, and definitely looking forward to having a fun time in 5e with these lovely folks.
That's more years than I am old.
Oh god, I'm so old now.
IRL or in the game? Wait.
She's joshing. Maybe. I'm not sure anymore. I don't know. This is confusing. Anyway, and guys, I'm Knight, your DM. If you guys don't know me, hi. I'm Knight. I've been doing the stream things for a few years now. Started playing D&D earlier this year when my friend roped me into a short adventure and then left me high and dry. I still love you, CJ. It's okay. And basically got me addicted to D&D. And so I started DMing, and we have now had coming up on 25 sessions of our Saturday night campaign that I've been DMing. It's been awesome. I've done a couple one-shots. Again, I am bitten by the bug. And you guys asked for more D&D, so I brought you more D&D. So for me, this is the second campaign that I'm going to be DMing simultaneously. And we'll see if my brain can keep up with all the goodness. That said, let's dive in. You guys are ready to get started?
Heck yeah.
Oh boy.
Definitely.
Oh boy. I'm excited. Oh my goodness. Now I'm nervous. This is the worst part, when you have to start. Because who knows what could go wrong.
Who knows what could go right?
It's okay.
It's fine. I'm going to roll a critical fail right at the start and die.
My warm-up dice was a crit fail, so it's out of my system. We're good to go.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Let's see if the Roll20 gods want to be nice to us. Apparently not. Apparently not.
Starting well.
Starting well. All right, here we go. Let us tell you a story of 4 college students, fresh in their first year at the Neverwinter University of Adventurers. The year is 1550. The time is the autumnal season. First day of school, your first class. Each of you are from different colleges within Neverwinter University. Neverwinter University is a recent school. It's maybe 10, 20 years old. It was started by a whole lot of heroes and other adventurers that had recently thwarted much calamity across Faerun. And they knew that peace and quiet is something that is unstable at best, and so they took it upon themselves to come together and kind of create this university to breed the next group of adventurers to take on all future threats. You 4, through some advertising, have decided to make your way to this university for one reason or another. And you all, again, finding yourselves in different universities, do have a set of common core classes. One of those classes is Sword Coast 101. It is a history class. On your first day, you walk in. The classroom is very much like you would expect to see in a classroom. There's a large chalkboard at the front of the class, a desk where you see a blue being sitting there. You assume he's probably your professor. He appears to be a Vidalcan, which you may or may not have encountered before. Meticulously going over his notes, he is impeccably dressed in a very nice suit. It's kind of a dark brown with a lighter tan shirt, no tie. It's the only piece of him that you can see is unkempt. As you take your seats in various desks that are individual but nicely crafted with wood and have individual seats that are not attached like you might have had in your schools, not in Faerun. He stands up. Yes, pipe down. Welcome, class. Welcome, all of you would-be adventurers. My name is Professor Alston. I am your history professor. History is very important. You should be taking notes. If you are unprepared for this class, you might as well just leave now, because I don't have time for you. Just kidding. Just kidding. Hope I didn't scare anybody. But you totally should have notes. Do you not have notes? Come on now. Talkative bunch, aren't you? Well, let's see. Let's get some icebreakers going. Let's go around the classroom here and see who we got. You! In the back with the horns. Ma'am. You're the only satyr in here. I don't mean to call you out like that, but time.
Me?
Yes, you.
Oh,
Please.
hi.
Welcome.
Can I help?
I'm glad you have notes. Please tell us about yourself.
Oh, guys, I'm a teacup. Teacup. And people always make that confusion, so I might as well just get it out there as we're starting. And I am really excited about history. I'm so excited about this class, and yeah. So I'm just gonna take some notes and
I almost believe you. Thank you, Tika. Where are you from?
Down south. Don't worry about it. I just travel a lot and find myself here. Family history isn't very important, except it's history, and it's always a good story, and that's what I'm here for, is a good story to tell, and I'm hoping to find some people to tell a good story with.
Yeah, and what college are you here for?
Bart, I'm a storyteller deep in my heart and want to tell the stories everywhere. And so I'm here to learn the instrument, learn the voice, and all the things, and
Yeah.
hopefully entertain.
And it all makes sense now. Okay. Thank you, Tika. Great. Let's see. You in front here. Yes. You. Rather roguish looking fellow. How are you? Please tell us about yourself. Yeah, you have to speak up. I can't hear you, even though you're so close.
It helps when your mic's not muted.
Listen.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh, there you go. Yes. Finding your voice. Good for you.
Cat caught my tongue, kind of stole it for a moment. Sorry about that.
Are there
Yeah,
cats in
I'm
here? I get hungry
Drathar.
sometimes.
That's terrifying. I'm Drathar. I'm taking classes in how to acquire things. We'll say that. And I'm from I'm from nearby. We'll say that.
You guys are so incredibly descriptive. I do hope that you are able to pontificate and alliterate a bit better on your
Professor,
assignments that I give you. Yes.
what he's saying is he likes to steal things from people.
I do not steal things. I just find things that were misplaced.
Good. You can find that cat you misplaced earlier because I'm hungry. Now, what college are you
Oh,
you
my.
with here? Oh, calm down. It's fine.
I'm with the Rose College.
Figures. Do give all my best to them. They are, always up to all kinds of misgivings. Anyway, look, I'm just gonna pull from the roster here. Do we have a Poppy? Is there a Poppy in here?
That would be me.
Oh, yes. Hi. Hello there.
Good morning.
Yes, morning. Please tell us about yourself.
My name is Poppy Keziah Lovett, and my family sent me here.
Where's
What's a Poppy?
your family from?
Oh, that's not important.
I would have you, class, understand. History is full of people, places, and things. Nouns. They're good to know and understand to be able to articulate. Helping to articulate about yourselves is certainly going to help you in history, both in learning it and being able to tell your own in the future. You got that, Bard? Right. All right. Yes, you, Miss Helper. What about you? Who are you?
Miss Helper, are you referring to me?
Yes, you.
Hello, I'm Estia. I'm from Golden Fields.
Someone that
I'm
has
formerly-
location.
Formerly an apiarist, and now I'm here to find some new adventures. It's the name of the college after all, so.
Oh. So are you, do you have a specialization yet?
I'm Professor, I'll have to be honest with you. I'm not quite sure what I'm in for. And right now I'm just exploring my options.
A liberal adventures major. Love it. I didn't catch Poppy. What college are you with?
My family sent me here.
Right.
I didn't have a choice but to come.
What college are you studying under?
I don't know. I haven't decided. I really don't want to be here.
I mean, the door's right here, Poppy.
Yeah, but if I go home, they're just going to send me back.
Oh, Poppy, you should stay. It'll be a fun time. Don't worry. We're going to be friends.
Oh, boy.
We'll see.
He kind of adjusts his suit a little bit. Okay. All right. This is going to be a long day. All right. We're going to just say, all right, welcome. Again, my name is Professor Alston. For those of you that are looking me, thinking, "Wow, this sir is blue." Yes, I am. Vidalcan are blue. It is part of our species traits. I hail from an area that I'm not going to disclose because and I am currently. Well, you know what? I'm not going to tell you what I study under either, because I'm going to have you guys figure that out as part of our history experiment. That being said, I hope you guys all found your syllabus on your desk. That's that piece of paper in front of you if you're not aware. Hopefully you all can read. Any non-readers in here? I had a few last term. Okay, good.
Really? People that don't read?
I know it might be hard for you to believe, but we do get people from all different circumstances here, especially those that tend to be in the more fighter or barbarian colleges. They like to punchy, not so much the ready. It's fine, though. They have their uses. Always good to have
everybody has their use.
Of course. But barbarians, especially with their uncanny ability to channel their anger and rage into being able to dispel much damage, helps greatly in adventure. So, you know, having one as a friend is never a bad thing. Anyway, as you can see, we're going to start this year off with learning about the Sword Coast, and we're going to start from the north and work our way south. I have a feeling that not many of you have given much time or thought to the land of Icewind Dale. Anyone?
I have done some reading of the area, but I've never wanted to go there. Seems much too cold. I prefer the south. Golden Fields is as it is named, golden, and I prefer it that way.
Yes.
Cold fingers did not make a good instrument. Play thing. You know, have you ever tried to play with cold fingers? It's just like,
I would think the cold would affect the strings even more than your fingers.
yeah, you can play with that. But I mean, your fingers, you got to move them. And then if they're cold, they don't want to move. And then you just end up playing the same note over and over again. And they kick you out of the bar and you're wondering why. You know, you're underage and you're trying to play music and it's not going well. Yeah, I prefer the worst.
I mean, who's ever had that experience?
Definitely not me. I've not been in the bar underage.
Bards. All right. Well, north of the spine of the world and west of the towering ragged glacier is a frigid expanse that few dare to explore, let alone inhabit. This icy land of wind-swept tundra is, called Icewind Dale. And that's it. We're done. No, I'm just kidding. So, actually, what I want to tell you about is Icewind Dale actually has a very interesting history. About 100 years or so ago, they were under siege from a lesser deity known as Oriel. She locked Icewind Dale in a perpetual state of darkness and cold. I used to read this one book. It was always winter, but never, what was that again? Something about a fat guy getting
Winter?
Always
presents?
winter, but never Christmas.
Oh, Christmas. That was it. Yeah, Christmas.
Quite sad. Christmas
Funny
is
thing.
wonderful.
I mean, I don't think I've ever celebrated Christmas. It's not part of Vendalcan culture. I'll have to do some reading. I thought that it was just fantasy. Huh. Thank you, Miss Estia. All right, so let me continue. In this time, they were locked in perpetual dark, without reprieve. Oriel, the Frostmaiden, the divine embodiment of winter's fury, had withdrawn to the cold corner of the world to live among mortals. I don't know why. She wasn't very nice to them. Anyway, further, she had cast a terrible spell over all of Icewind Dale to the detriment of most of its denizens. Again, she was not a kind deity.
Professor, I apologize for interrupting, but are you saying that this goddess Oriel was also known as the Frostmaiden, or are these two different people we're talking about?
Oh, same deity.
Okay, so why is not one name sufficient?
Well, if you've ever gone over to Theros and you have Zeus, the god of thunder. I mean, if you're a deity, you kind of have to have a thing that you're a deity of. Anybody ever been to Theros? It's a lovely place. Anyone?
I can't say I have.
Not very worldly, you bunch. Well, hopefully one day you can adventure
Not
to Theros.
very worldly. You didn't even know of Christmas.
I mean, who's heard of a silly guy where a fat guy brings toys to children one day a year? That's ridiculous. Anyway,
You
moving
scoffing at joy for children?
on. I am. Children are unkempt, are somewhat destructive, are very difficult to control, and in Vidalcan culture,
They don't have
children-
money.
But were you not at one point also a child, Professor?
That was a very long time ago. Vidalcan, we live a very long time. I myself am a spry 150 years old. To your eyes, Professor Alston looks maybe in his late 40s. He's very fit, good shape, very, very handsome looking blue gentleman. So when he says 150, that's kind of a... Anyway, yeah. I haven't...
Is there an easy way to an A in this class?
Yeah. You can study, you can take notes, and probably not be half drunk coming to class.
He
Poppy
says as he takes
bars,
the slug
am I
out of.
Listen, this
Poppy's
class is
trying
not
to-
difficult.
Poppy's trying to catch the professor's eye.
How? Exactly.
Yeah, give me a...
She's sort of looking up at him, kind of winking at him.
Give me a charisma check.
Yes,
That's a
check, let's
D20,
go.
right?
Yes, it is. Did you do in the roller? It didn't come
Yes.
up.
Yeah,
Why
it
did
It
did.
didn't
pop
roll,
up?
but it shows up.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's there.
She probably doesn't have 3D dice on.
Oh,
or...
enable. You have to enable 3D dice. Enable 3D dice in there. And so
Where
that way it
where do I
shows.
enable 3D dice?
It's in settings.
In the
It's like the 5th checkbox.
Oh my god.
It's fine.
Settings.
Professor Alston's about ready to look back into his book. He's just looking. I was like, where did I leave off here? Oh, yes.
Click and
So
drag.
you see Estia, who's sitting next to Drathar,
What the heck?
just kind
I've
of
never done this. There it is. Okay.
pulling her possessions a
Choose
little bit over
click-
to the other
click
side. So
number next.
her bag was right here next to Drathar. She just kind of casually moves it to the opposite side.
Maybe change your color from green to something else because it's not going to show up on the thing. It's fine. You have no way of knowing that you were auto assigned green, and an olive green at that.
Oh, let's see here. How about this? Why is it? How do I do the background then? Change the background.
You don't change the background. You just change the color of your dice. You just change the color. You're fine.
Okay.
So just
I
roll again. That's fine.
Roll
Roll
again.
again.
There we go.
15. All right. So he's going to, Professor Alston's going to be looking, kind of after giving Tika a brief tongue lashing. He's going to be kind of scanning back around the room, and he's going to come across Poppy giving him the eyes. And
Poppy kind of winks at him a little bit.
this Poppy, is there something in your eye?
Not at all, Professor.
Okay, then. And he's going to kind of blush a little bit because he's very uncomfortable, but he's not going to give away anything.
So does he turn
at all.
purple if he's regularly blue? And he
Yes.
blushes?
His cheeks are going to flush a little bit, and they're going to be slightly purple, and he's just going to kind of okay. All right. Back to the book. As I was saying. Yes. Each night before midnight, Oriel takes to the sky on the back of a white rock. That's a giant bird for those of you that are unfamiliar. And weaves a spell which manifests as a shimmering curtain of light. A beautiful aurora that illuminates the night sky and fades before dawn. This magic prevented the sun from rising the next day. So, essentially, midday became twilight, trapping Icewind Dale in this dark embrace with No sunlight or warmth to melt the snow or ice. Hence, the always winter part and always dark part. If you were in Icewind Dale at this point, you better hope that you've got some warm clothes, maybe some goggles, lots of blizzards going on. Maybe what else? Some good snowshoes. If you are unfamiliar, they make things in Icewind Dale. They're these little skis that you can attach to your feet. Helps evenly distribute your body weight on top of snow so you don't fall in. Makes it a lot easier to travel. If you ever make it up there, it's a good thing to know. Also, good things to know. Does anyone know how people travel in Icewind Dale?
Horses.
Sled dogs.
No, and yes. Very good, Estia. There are no horses up in Icewind Dale.
Why wouldn't you just hire somebody?
Who would you hire, Miss Poppy?
Well, I would hire somebody to take me
To take you around in Icewind Dale.
Yes.
Well, I have no doubt that there might be some character that would be willing to take you around. You're kind of taking your chances up in Icewind Dale. As you can imagine, a frozen wasteland is an area where you're going to find many unsavory to slightly savory characters. Mostly the people that go to Icewind Dale are the people that are trying to get away from the rest of Faerun, as you are separated by the Spine of the World, which is one of the largest mountain ranges in all of Faerun. And, of course, you're going to an icy wasteland where there is nothing but the 10 towns, which are constantly fighting and squabbling and are not very forward when it comes to things like technology. You're dealing with horribly inclement weather. You're dealing with monstrous beasts that roam the wasteland, that know the land better than you do. It's a rather inhospitable place.
Could we describe a little further these monstrous beasts? This sounds absolutely horrid.
Yeah, I mean, I
actually want to focus on the fact that sounds like a good place to get lost in.
It is. Many people have died getting lost in blizzards.
Good stories.
That means there's a lot of potential treasures, so to speak.
Yeah, buried under 10 feet of snow. What are you going to do? Smell the gold?
Well, he is a rogue.
Maybe.
Melt the ice?
But these horrible beasts? Can we go back to this? Or what are we talking? Teeth? Fangs?
Yes, I mean, so
Fire ice?
you have your normal creatures, things like walruses. Are you familiar with walruses? Large tusks, big hulking beasts, kind of look like manatees. If you're unfamiliar with a manatee, it's pretty much the cow of the sea. No manatee fans, of course. Ah, Tika.
Do they moo?
They do not moo, Poppy. They more make large gluttural noises, especially when they're mating. It's a lot of huffing and puffing. Anyway, moving back to
mating?
Creatures. Yes, mating. Anyway, let's talk about...
that would be the word you would pick up on.
Estia, the one creature I guess I could talk to you a little bit about is a Yeti. There are Yetis in Icewind Dale. They are, big, hairy creatures, usually horned, clawed, fanged, that are very good at getting around in things like blizzards. Important things about Yeti is they typically stalk their prey, much
They
like
also
cats.
make really good coats.
If you were fortunate enough to be able to find one before it found you, which is unlikely, especially in a blizzard, and were able to slay it, yes, it would make a fantastic coat. You could practically wear it like a bodysuit.
Well, one time I did hear a story about a Yeti.
Did you?
You did?
Yes, there was this wanderer and he got lost out in a blizzard and he found this dead Yeti that froze to death and he sliced it open and crawled inside to survive the storm.
Ew, I love it. I'm telling that one in my next part.
My question, does it smell better on the inside or the outside?
Neither.
Rogues, you would ask that. Anyway, you can expect to find all manners of things. There are seals, there are some reindeer, goats, things. They're fine. These other manner of creatures that have yet to be discovered and or told in that region. Typically, you'll find some form of kobolds. Yes, kobold. Even reptilian draconic beings are found up north. It's there. You might even find a little bunny. Oh, one of my favorites is actually an ice
I like
troll.
bunnies.
They make
love-
nice
Killer
muffs for
bunnies?
your hands.
Sorry. Yes?
And ice trolls?
We'll get to the
Killer
ice troll. Sorry, Tika, did you have a question? I thought you said something.
Killer bunnies? Killer bunnies?
Killer bunnies?
Yeah.
You know, there was a troop that came through here a few years ago. I believe they were the Monty Python troop. It was a very odd name. There was a somewhat savage rabbit in there. It was quite hilarious. But outside of that, no, I have never seen a killer bunny. I've eaten a number of them.
Can I meet Monty Python? Are they still alive? Is this still a thing I can go learn about these killer bunnies?
Yes, they're a thespian group that travels the world. If you would like to go, you can go now. You might meet, catch up to them in a year
Are you
or two.
sure? Yeah, okay.
Wonderful. But yes, ice trolls. Ice trolls are one of my favorite enemies because they are mean and hungrier than your average troll. Their hearts radiate cold. Can you imagine the thing giving you life, irradiating cold energy?
Sounds dreadful.
I mean, if
Yeah,
you're caught,
Chilly hug.
if you're caught in their cold aura, you will actually suffer some frost damage. It's definitely something to be weary of, especially those of you that like to get up close and personal, Rogue.
So, Professor, is that something to be weary of or wary of?
Both.
I will write that down.
As you should.
I'm just
Are
going
they-
to say, because I might be a rogue, don't just assume I like it up close and personal, unless it's, someone of the other sex. But I might be one of those that, likes a little range when I fight.
Oh, you don't like to do the stabby?
Well, I'm not going to say right now. It's, up in the air. Like to keep you surprised.
Well, I've known many a rogue of both ilk, but seems like the vast majority are the stabby kind. So if you're going for more the distanced approach, good on you. It's different. It's harder. Takes more skill. Although invisibility and the stabby are often come in handy. Oh, the stories I could tell you, but that's for another time. Last thing, for those of you taking
Speaking of
notes
distance.
on ice trolls, they have very keen smell. Very keen smell. Also, they're able to regenerate. So,
Question.
yeah.
How do you hide from their smell? If they have such a keen smell, is there like something they can't smell, something they just don't like?
Probably you, I'd imagine.
I bathe, thank you.
I mean, one would assume
You do?
that some are keener in the scent than others. If there were ways to hide your scent, you would probably learn them in your rogue college. Nothing comes in mind. Rubbing dirt on yourself or snow is
Have
only
you
going
tried
to make
honey?
you
I've
a
heard that's
tastier
helped
snack.
very well with disguising your scent.
Wouldn't you smell delicious though?
Well, but then you wouldn't be detectable because you wouldn't smell like your natural scent. They would just smell the honey.
I mean,
But
I
that would just smell good.
Suppose
I don't
if
wanna
ice
attack-
trolls don't like honey, that might work. But you would be subject to other things like polar bears and
Oh,
the polar ice bear, or excuse me, the polar owl bear. If you haven't heard of those, they are a variant of the common owl bear down here in the southern parts of Faerun. Anywho,
I knew someone that had a pet owlbear once.
did you? What was its name?
Well, I didn't ask him what its name was. It attacked him once, and then he just named it Evil Bird.
but it was a bear?
Good.
Was it a
Yes, it
bird
was-
or a bear?
It was an owlbear, but since it looked like a bird, he called it Evil Bird.
Oh, okay.
Don't ask. He was special. I'm more attuned to having like smaller pets.
Sounds like it was a very special experience. Anyway, continuing. So, let's see. Where was I here? Oh, yes. So, important to know, each casting of the nightly spell leaves the Frostmaiden supposedly a little weaker. Takes a lot of effort
So
to
we
catch
could kill
her.
her.
Well, if she were still alive, yes, you could kill her. She's been vanquished a long time now. This is history.
Ooh, that's a good story. Can you tell that story?
That is for tomorrow's lesson. We'll get there. For now, it's
Is there
important to
gonna
know
be
the
a
setting.
test?
Of course, there will be a test. What kind of a class do you think this is?
Well, this is day 1, so I just assumed this wasn't going to be a test right after day 1.
Well, I'm not going to give you.
Aren't
a
you
test
taking
today.
notes?
I am. I have a very good memory.
So you
That's-
are taking notes, or you're relying on your very good memory? Which is it?
A little of both.
Well,
Interesting.
we'll have to see how that goes.
Oh, I understand. He's taking notes.
Taking notes. Yes, got it. Well, lucky for
Guard's
you.
notebook.
Lucky for you, Drathar. All of my tests are new and unique. So there will be no finding of previous tests circulated by upperclassmen to come in and save the day. So hopefully your mind is as good as you say it is, which, you know what, I'm inclined to give you the benefit of the doubt. Most rogues that I know are of a keen mind. Anyway, moving on.
Professor,
Yes, Poppy.
do you do private tutoring?
I do not. Not for history.
But
Moving on.
what if I need help?
Bobby, if you need help, I've been taking notes and I'd be happy to study with you.
Perfect. You got a friend. Anyway, moving right along. Again, each casting of the spell supposedly left her a bit weakened. It was one of the things that they supposedly used to exploit and remove her from the area. That spell, however, also provided enough power to put up a barrier. A barricade of sorts. So there's only one main road in and out of Icewind Dale from the Sword Coast. Essentially, the Frostmaiden made it very difficult to get in there. Blizzards constantly going about. It was a very, very, very dangerous pass to try and cross in that time. I do fear many were lost. I remember a party led by my friend Donner. It didn't end well. Anyway.
So the road would be, you keep using the past tense. So if we were to like travel there now,
Oh,
clear?
yeah, it's lovely. I mean, the pass is
Oh, okay.
still cold and dangerous a bit, but it's lovely, you know.
Wait,
I'm
what
sorry,
was your friend's name and why was he trying to go there?
Yeah, what was the party's name?
The Donner party.
Was there another
Was
one
his
in it
friend named
Blitzen?
This is some joke you two have going.
Oh,
Bye,
I forgot this
dude.
professor doesn't know about Christmas.
No. Donner was a Goliath from the Sword Mountains, and he was leading a team into Icewind Dale to try and help put an end to the Frostmaiden. His party was unsuccessful as they were not able to breach the blizzard. And in order to survive, he was forced to eat their corpses. Like
Oh,
giant
Oh,
giant
how
icicles.
sad.
I mean,
And you're friends with him.
yeah, of course. He actually teaches over at the
Ew.
Barbarian College.
That's not a story that would go well. Can we have
What? I
another?
mean, you do what you have to do to survive. That is rule number 1 of adventuring. Sometimes the best
I'm
thing
gonna
to
tell
do
you
is to
now.
run. But that's a different class.
but what about loyalty and camaraderie? Don't you think that they would have been better off helping one another instead of eating each other?
Do you think that they would not have wanted him to live after they had all had died? With, of course, him using his Goliath abilities to try and scrounge for food in the frozen wastes?
But did he not just end up dead regardless?
No, he didn't end up dead. He actually made it out. He teaches over.
I mean, I really
Barbarian
honestly would
College.
prefer people don't eat me.
Then why did I write down that he was dead?
I don't know. I didn't say that he died. I said that he lived. He just ate their corpses to stay alive, and then he teaches over at the Barbarian College.
Personally, I would hope
he's
that
a
no one does not eat me when that happens. Just please don't eat me.
I can't
I'm
imagine
sorry.
anyone less appetizing.
You
I
would
can think of
rather
one.
starve than eat your corpse?
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely would not like to eat my own corpse.
No, I said you would have
Well-
us starve. How selfish.
But
Newbies.
I mean,
Can we get back to the lesson, please?
all right.
Honestly, I prefer the evil bunnies to eat me.
I have no words. All right. Moving along. Let's see. Barrier, blistering winds, donor party. Good. Yes. Okay. Again, you knew the sun doesn't rise. Blah 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 blah. Yes. So this whole event, this whole kind of affliction that Ariel was kind of casting on Icewind Dale, trying to make this place her domain. The people came to call this unending winter the everlasting rime. That might be on a test. You note takers.
Everlasting rhyme?
Rime.
Was it like a poetry
Rhyme,
contest?
Rhyme. Okay.
Yes, Bard. Rhymes. R-I-M-E.
Oh.
The rhyme of Ariel. Also known as the everlasting rhyme. If I was taking notes, I would bet on the everlasting rhyme.
Could
but
you tell me how to
meticulously-
spell Oreo?
Could I tell you how to spell Ariel? Yes. A-U-R-I-L. It's pronounced Oriel.
Oh, really?
Oh, really? I see what you did there, Miss Etstia. Very punny of you.
Thank you.
You should really be joining the Bard College, honestly.
I mean, it's definitely an option.
I mean, liberal adventurers, you have your pick. You can do that for a year or so, so take your time. Find out where you fit best and go there. No doubt you will find your footing. Anyway, let's see. The prolonged winter, which went on for more than 2 years, actually went on for about 3 years by the time they finally ended it, threatened to doom not just the civilization of 10 towns, but all of the flora and fauna of the area. So as you can imagine, even the most impervious of flora and fauna would be deprived of sunlight, which they need to undergo what process, anyone?
Oh, photosynthesis.
Oh, Estia, I'm growing to like you. You're gonna be a good student. Yes, photosynthesis, the process by which plants take sunlight and extract it for various nutrients in their bodies. Anyway,
So you're telling me no more flowers, which would mean no more bees, which would mean no more honey?
correct.
This place is
Which would
worse
mean your
and
plan
worse.
wouldn't work.
No, which would mean if there was honey, you would be extra attractive to anything that liked honey when it was still there. That being said, not all creatures were discouraged by what happened. You know, there were various beings, various races, if you will, that welcomed this change in cold. In fact, there was a notable Durgar there that took distinct pleasure in the fact that it was cold. Anyone know what a
A what?
Durgar is?
No.
Hold on, let me make sure that I am getting the correct pronunciation, because
How do you spell that?
Aren't they like evil dwarves?
oh, come now. The rogue calling someone evil. I mean, it wasn't
Okay,
nice,
misguided dwarves then.
Perhaps. Give me 1 second here. I'm looking for the pronunciation guide in the back of the book here.
They live like in the Underdark, don't they?
Not necessarily the Underdark.
I
but
do
they
believe it
do
is
like dark.
spelled Duergar.
Correct.
D-U. I'm sorry.
Duergar.
Thank
Okay.
you very much. Yes, it's Duergar or Dwergar, either pronunciation is acceptable according to the book. I haven't run into too many myself, but yes, they are a darker entity or darker line of gray-skinned dwarves that, as you said, Draethar, do typically hail from the Underdark, but have been also known to inhabit other mountainous dark places. All right. Let's see if there's anything else here that I should make you aware of. So we've already gone over a little bit of survival.
What was the name of this notable Dwergar?
We'll talk about him tomorrow. Let's see.
What did he do?
You'll have to find out. See, this is how history works. I get you on the hook and then I pay it off later. Makes you want to come to class and not skip out to go drink and make merry. Right, Tika?
Professor, I'm afraid that some of the students in this class might consider you the hook.
Well, that's very
easy A, man.
flattering. There are no easy A's here. Thank you. Anyway, things that you should be aware of in Icewind Dale in general, but especially during this time, were that the wild itself was just as savage as Auril. Things like avalanches, if you were too close to various mountains, could happen. Typically, avalanches were known to be up to 300 feet wide and could be over 100 feet long. 30 feet thick. That's pretty thick. Something, Miss Tika? Would you like to comment on thickness of avalanches? Are you some kind of expert in the area of thickness?
Just the mental pictures. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Sorry, continue.
That's 900,000 square feet of coverage.
That is a lot of coverage.
It's
Yes.
a fun night.
I don't know why I'm laughing, so I'm going to stop. And so are you. We're going to get back to the lesson. It's not funny.
You have a pretty smile, Professor.
Thank you. Next.
Wait,
also,
he smiled? I must have missed it.
Yeah, it was very brief. I don't do it often. Anyway, veering off course was something that many parties got into. In fact, my friend Donner, many of his party did get lost initially, and it was up to him to go and find them and bring them back. Unfortunately, he was not able to do so in time for most. But in blizzards, that if you ever get caught in a blizzard, make sure that you take proper precautions, like tying yourselves together with rope to keep the party together. You might hear things or see things in the blizzard that are not there. Some kind of creatures have that ability as well, and you never know, like I said earlier, when a Yeti is behind you, so you want to stick together. Safety in numbers and all that.
Is there a well-known defense against Yetis other than not being detected by them?
Sure, not dying. Anyway, extreme...
Very specific, thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Extreme cold, as I mentioned earlier, having the proper attire is very important when going to Icewind Dale, especially in the middle of a blizzard. You could survive. While there are not many native things that are growing in this time period, the one thing that the people could rely on was fish. Ice fishing is a practice where you take a saw and you cut a small hole in the ice, and then you use a standard fishing rod to fish. Now, it takes a bit longer because the fish that live there typically have slower metabolisms, and so they're not quite as excited by hooks, but it is something that's possible, and it is actually the lifeblood of some of the different 10 towns. So, good things to know for sure.
I have heard, I don't know if it's true, they are very famous for their scrimshaw jewelry.
Where did you hear that?
Places, we'll just say. I didn't hear it from anywhere specific.
In which town would this be? Draethar.
That I heard this?
Which of the 10 towns sells the jewelry? They all specialize in different things.
I don't remember that, actually. Someone was talking about it, and they had some, and it was pretty, and it was worth some money.
Well, when you do find out what town that was, please let me know. I might take a trip there to get some. Anyway.
You know what sounds absolutely delectable right now?
What?
Some nice grilled fish with some roasted potatoes with a bit of parsley and garlic. I could just go for that right now.
Do you cook, Estia?
Oh, yes, I enjoy cooking. I wouldn't call myself a professional, but I mean, it sure is a fun pastime, and a good meal just, it makes you feel warm on the inside. And it just brings the whole community together with a good meal.
So, are you saying if we were all trapped in a blizzard, you would cook one of us and eat us?
Not one of you, perhaps a fish and some taters.
fish.
Now that I'm thoroughly hungry, thank you, Estia. No, that's actually good to know.
We should go to the bar after this and order fish and chips.
That actually sounds tasty. But to get through the lesson, because if we don't do that, then we're in trouble. Anyway, we don't need to.
What kind of trouble?
I like to stick to.
We can get into trouble tonight.
I like to stick to very strict schedules. I have definitely budgeted some time for day one shenanigans from underclassmen, but I am running out of that time. So to get back on topic, if you were to fall in the water, what do you think would happen?
You freeze to death.
Fish would eat you.
Yes and yes, actually. So there are things in the water that could eat you. Very large creatures, such as whales, that have been known to nibble the toe, leg, and or entire person of those that had fallen beneath the ice. That said, typically the ice during this time period was extraordinarily thick, so that happened less often. But still something to keep in mind that frigid water would have ill effects if you were not able to quickly dry yourself and secure yourself. I am so happy that are you an arty bard? Are you able to draw? Is that I know that is a subsection of one of the bards colleges, but
I gotta tell my story somehow.
wonderful. Let's see. Again,
During this time
period also there was a lot of dim light. Again, it was only dim light. You only had twilight during the day, so if you were not able to see in darkness, it would be a very tough time for you. You would need a lantern of some sort. All of those different things. Let me see here. I think that's.
Are there any vampires?
Are there any vampire? Why would there be vampires in Icewind Dale?
I mean, you said there's other Oogie Boogies, and it was Twilight. There might be some vampires out.
What about penguins? They're so cute.
They're so cute, and when they try to have the little eggs and their
little
families,
waddling with the little flippers.
Those are friendly.
I just want to know how we went from vampires to penguins.
Vampire
Seemed like a weird transition.
But I mean, which would you rather talk about? Evil, blood-sucking creatures or cute, adorable little waddling penguins?
I'm starting to wonder if there's vampire penguins, and I sure hope there are.
Oh, yes. That's a story I want to hear.
All right.
Professor, the vampire penguins?
There are not vampire penguins.
That he knows of.
That were recorded in history, none that we know of. If you are up there and you find some vampire penguins, please let us know so we can update our publications. It's always nice to be able to get students to pay more money for books every year. It helps them out. Anyway, let's see. New editions. Let's see. We're going to talk next about the 10 towns. So, just so you're aware, there are 10 of them. Hence why it's called.
That's a surprise.
10 towns. Right. They all specialize in various things. Let's see. One of them is Bremen.
How do you spell that, Professor?
It's a B-R-E, men. Yes, Bremen. Let me see if I can actually go in here.
I would really be interested in what the different crafting specialties of these towns are.
Yes, I assumed you would. So, according to the books here, I believe Bremen is a sort of fishing village. Yes. Bremen specialized in fishing. Next town that we're going to talk about is Bryn Shander. That's B-R-Y-N space Shander. Use your imagination. So Bryn Shander
Oh,
was
believe
Points
me,
deducted for spelling issues on the test.
only if
am
you don't take
using
the
my
time
imagination.
to go back and go to the library and find it for yourself.
It's like a lot of work.
Welcome to college. It is work.
You see Estia kind of ruffling through her bag, which she's got this really large backpack, and she just pulls out this reference book and starts flipping through it looking for a map. Ah, here it is.
Now, Bryn Shander is often one of the first stops that people make in Icewind Dale. It is one of the few walled towns perched atop a coldish, of course, wind-lashed hill. Despite that, the friendliness is one of the things that this town is known for. So if you were to try and find a place to find some comfort and stay, this might be the place for you. And it's been known to say that the locals have a sense of goodwill and a good humor during this time that dwindled a bit, but it has been restored in many years. Again, this was 100 years ago.
So, Professor, I have a question.
Yeah.
If Hundlestone is closer on the path towards the 10 towns, why would people bypass it to go all the way north to Bryn Shander?
Pardon?
If Hundlestone is much closer, much further south, why would you pass by it to go all the way north up to Bryn Shander?
Because there's nothing there.
That's a good reason.
What was that other town name?
Hundlestone.
And there's nothing there?
There's nothing there.
Wouldn't they also go to Bryn Shander because it's the capital? I at least know that.
Very good.
The capital
economy
of the
like?
icy wasteland. Wonderful.
Yeah, I knew that because I saw your map. Thank you.
Interesting.
What's the economy like?
Could you stop snooping off my notes, please?
Your map is not a note. It's something that you bought from someone else. So technically you're snooping on someone else's notes.
I paid good gold for this. And for
And
you to just
That's
help yourself
like
to the resources I've invested in seems very disrespectful.
And I thank you for spending the nice gold on that. It was very helpful. I appreciate it. Thank you.
How much gold for you to never sit next to me again?
Wow. All right.
I sat here first. There's lots of seats.
Okay.
Quite a large room for such a-
I'm just surprised you haven't moved yet because he smells like that weird perfumey stuff that they call Axe.
I don't know what that is. If anything, the only smell you might smell is snack. And well, he's in my pocket, so I doubt you smell him.
Snack?
Pardon, what do you have in your pocket?
What?
Oh, nothing. Don't worry about it.
No,
Professor?
No. Please do tell. What do you have in your pocket?
I have my friend Snack. He's my pet mouse.
Interesting.
That is adorable. Okay, so pass him all over here. I want to pet him.
Do you keep him around as a snack? Is that why he's ever named Snack?
No, it was a joke. I had a friend that named him Snack, saying that if ever I had a hard time, I could just use him as a snack. But I would not eat Snack as a snack. He's my friend.
Oh, okay.
But rotisserie style might work.
Stay away from Snack, please.
A little stew? Like, it could happen. How about some carrots, a little green onion? Oh, delectable.
If you want to eat something like a mouse, the sewers have lots of rats. I'm sure you can find some. Thank you. Snack.
Oh, yes,
please.
you would know.
All right. Moving along. 10 towns. Next, Bryn Shander. Got it?
Bryn Shander.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then there's Caer Dineval.
Say what?
Caer Dineval.
Okay.
Like I care for, like how she cares for you.
Caer hyphen Dunival.
Could you spell that second word, please?
I could.
You know what would have helped as a visual aid?
Honestly, could have
Mhm.
like put up a whole piece of paper and like written all this stuff out, or honestly given us all maps. That would have been pretty cool. I mean, just saying.
Flip over your syllabus and look
Oh.
in your Rime of the Frostmaiden resources
Oh, that
section.
is very
You
helpful.
tell me that ahead of time.
What?
I've been happy writing all this
Sometimes-
down.
We just like to see if you are observant enough to take initiative.
I'm not sure what he's
I
talking
have to roll
about.
for that.
I think it's something to do with rolling. I'm not quite sure.
Moving on. Okay. Caer Dunival. Caer Dunival was essentially kind of a town that juts out of a lake. There's a ferry out of East Haven that you can make to go to Caer Dunival. Again, is mainly a fishing town.
So lots of bars on the coast.
There's seamen there.
Potentially.
And like
The only sea in Icewind Dale is the Sea of Moving Ice. It is a bit more northwest. The main body of water there would not be there. In fact, Caer Dunival, if you would go from East Haven to Caer Dunival, which is a bit there, you would have to go over Loch Dinneshere.
But is there fishing on that Loch Dinneshere?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, there is. Well-
which means good economy, which means good bars, which means good tips. I'm gonna have to go there one day. Bring a good story to tell.
I can imagine there
people.
might be a call for a bard or two up there, though I'm not sure that you would be making a whole lot of coin, as there's still not a ton to go around. All right, moving along. We don't have much time left today and so much to get through. My goodness. Oh, boy.
That's only 3 of the 10 towns.
Correct. Let's see. You know what? We're going to skip a few and go to one of my favorite places, Goodmead. Goodmead, as you can imagine.
Does it have good mead?
Yes, Icewind Dale is
Yeah,
a
it's my
place that's
favorite.
very literal. So Goodmead was founded by immigrants from Chult. And it's nestled between Red Waters and the Evergreen Forest, which is, of course, frozen at this point in history.
Did
But
they rename it?
no, it was still good.
But then it's not evergreen.
Anyway, they made mead, and it's the best mead in Icewind Dale. Arguably some of the best mead in Faerun, depending on your taste. If you're ever in Icewind Dale, you should totally go to Goodmead. Or if you're in a tavern, see if they have mead from Goodmead, as they are one of the main suppliers to all the 10 towns. Now, that being said, I do believe that is all the time that we have for today, class. So, let's talk about a few things for the future of this course. There's going to be a quiz or two at the end of this 10-day. So please make sure, again, that you are taking notes as he looks to the rest of the class. It would be a shame for you to flunk out of the entire college over a history exam.
Is that a threat?
No, it's a reality. So please make sure you do study. These
I have a
core
question.
courses are not optional. Yes. Tracy.
If let's just say if a student just by chance happened to get you some mead that was like from good mead, would that help their score by chance?
How many classes would we have to miss in order to make it up to good mead and back?
I was gonna ever go to good mead.
Drethar, listen, come here close. He's going to lean in to you. not buy an A in my class. I
wasn't
hope
going for an A.
your notes are as good in your head as you are at trying to get out of doing actual work. Welcome to Neverwinter University of Adventurers class. If you were unaware, this is a one-of-a-kind experience. The fact that you have been accepted here into this college means that you're warm and walking, but it does not mean that you will leave here adventurers. You must aspire to greatness. Now, coming up later on in this week, we are going to have a course, and I'm going to need some volunteers, and you chatty Cathys are just it for me. So make sure that you all arrive at class about 30 minutes early, because we're going to put on a presentation where we kind of show what an adventuring party in Icewind Dale may have looked back in the time of Oriel's everlasting
Like a
realm.
show. Can we bring I could bring my pilot?
It's more of a showcase, really, but yes.
But which day is that? You said later this week?
Later this week. Come back tomorrow.
So we have to show back half an hour early later this week.
Correct.
How do I put that in my calendar?
I think we just show up 30 minutes early every single day until he tells us it's the day.
Hold on. I just got a message from the dean that is apparently moved up, and it's going to be tomorrow. So yes, you four volunteers, be here 30 minutes early tomorrow. If you need an excuse for another course, please let me know. I'll be happy to write one for you and or magically send one, because yay magic. Am I right? Now, again, you won't need to bring any of your own gear, whatever you have. It will all be provided for you. We will have various items that could kind of do things. And if you are undecided on, what kind of college you would like to be, you can just find a set of weapons that looks comfortable to you and use those for the showcase. It'll be fine.
This is all very overwhelming.
Do we get extra credit
to being an adventurer?
Professor.
Yes, Bobby.
Is this going to be like new gear or what? Because I really don't want to. Oh, good. Because I really don't want to wear somebody's old gear.
No one does. No one wants to smell like Drathar's feet. I can smell them from here. Anyway, so let's continue on. Tomorrow, be here 30 minutes early. We will prep you for this showcase. Was of the College of Bards idea.
Extra credit. You didn't answer it.
Pardon?
Do we get extra credit?
I'll think about it.
Okay.
Can I have a note? Because I am going to miss a class.
Sure. Then he's going to kind of take out a kind of a little square sheet of parchment and kind of quill down a note and give it to you.
Professor,
Thank
I won't
you.
be missing. I don't have any class before this one. Do you need help setting out the gear?
No, I will be fine, Estia, but thank you for volunteering. I do appreciate that. But now, get out. Go to your next class. I'm done with you. Come back tomorrow, 30 minutes early, same time, same place. Good day to you.
Bye, Professor.
Yes, please. Shut the door. It's cold outside. And with that, we're going to take our first break of the evening.
Who needs a break? Professor Alston?
Professor Alston.
He also needs a raise, so if we could just write a note to the college.
Professor Alston's taking care of you guys. What's going on,
Although
Kat?
having a class of 4.
What's up, Flash?
Hey, Flash. Yeah, no. Hey, Cataract. Hey, everybody.
Yo,
Hey,
Savage. What's up?
Y'all
Guys,
popping in here.
make sure if you guys are new to the stream or if you're not new to the YouTube side and you just haven't hit the subscribe button yet, please make sure you're doing that. Subscribe. Put notifications on. It's great.
I think
AK
it's going
Schmed.
good.
Yo,
but it's
Schmed.
kinda
Perfect. Cataract, it's
interesting
going.
that my first kind of go-to was like a drunk partier bard, because that's like the opposite of what I am. I'm like the quiet person in class, and so it's like it's fun, kind of like I'm gonna be annoying.
Hey, hi guys.
She's like a
Everyone's
frat girl.
hitting on the teacher. I kind of feel left out. I'm half tempted to now.
Yo,
You try
Estia
and
has
see what
not
happens. You
hit
said he
on the
was hot.
teacher.
He's only 150 years old. That's fine.
It's okay, I'm only 100. I mean, there's only a 50-year difference.
Ooh, look at you.
Old.
I realized I
Yeah,
didn't
this has been
subscribe
fun.
to the
I mean,
brand account. Please subscribe.
But I mean, we all decided that Drathar smelled bad, so that kind of worked against you. I don't remember how that. I think I started that.
I
Sorry.
don't know
Stinky
how we
rogue.
like ganged up on you.
I
guys
said he
smells like
smelled like that
axe.
Axe body
And you
spray.
also have a mouse in your pocket. Like, come on, it's not really a turn on.
Hey, it's a pet mouse. He's adorable. Don't make fun of Snack.
Don't
I
make
think
fun of
Snack is
Snack.
adorable.
I like the idea of Snack. All right, I'm just gonna stand up real quick and stretch the leggy legs.
When I played as a rogue, I forgot I had a pet mouse until like 4 sessions in, and I was like, yeah, it's dead by now.
Oh god.
I didn't even realize. Is that a mouse in your pocket? Or are you just happy to see it?
Or you just happy to see me? Yeah, no, this has been fun so far. Definitely like a fun group of people. I'm
I
excited
really
to
didn't
see
mean
how
my
this
character
goes.
to be so snarky. I just don't know how to turn it off.
Uh,
Like she really
Yeah, I didn't know how to be
wasn't
so
supposed to.
Fine.
I just want to point out Drathar does bathe.
Yeah.
He's not a smell
Poor
But
guy.
in
character.
what exactly? In act?
blood of my enemies.
Yeah, do you bathe in Axe?
Hey, he said he doesn't like to get up close and personal.
I said it's up for debate.
It's up for debate. Fair.
So then do we have 2 people? You guys don't have your college chosen, correct?
Right.
No, my family sent me here. I didn't have a choice.
Oh well. Poor Poppy.
Poor Pop. Okay, can somebody
Princess
please explain what the
Poppy.
heck poppy means?
I'll be right back.
What?
I'm kind of missing the poppy joke, I feel like.
Poppy seeds.
Like
She's
a muffin?
high half-elf.
High half elf. Poppy seed.
Yeah. No, she's not high. She's just kind of a snob, for one.
Well, I think the joke the chat was making was that you're a high half elf,
Yeah.
and then poppy seeds make you typically test positive for THC if you were to take a drug test.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
Yeah, there is that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to
See,
do a theater. I keep wanting to say satire now that somebody, Gabe said he had a...
Not THC. What is it? I don't know. Opiates. Oh, okay. You test positive for drugs. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Hence why I'm not having anything with poppy seeds in case I take this job. So
I really like poppy seeds. I always preferred chocolate muffins.
I'm a blueberry guy. Give me them.
Blueberry's good too.
My
I'm having
mom.
I've
lemon
been-
bread.
Oh,
I'm thinking of having fig trees and persimmons, which is a fruit I just tried for the first time this week, and now I'm gonna have a persimmon tree.
Mm.
Persimmon, because I realized it's the best thing I've ever tasted.
persimmons are good. Pomegranates are good. They're just work. I wish pomegranate wasn't.
That's
so
the
much
other
work.
thing. I might do a pomegranate tree, but I might do it in like a pot. I don't think I want to plant that one. So we'll see. We have
shall
just
see.
enough room for like 2 trees.
What's going on, Just Catch? You guys having fun so far?
Acha!
Getting college vibes?
Acha. Hey, acha.
All
Yeah, totally
them
reminds me of
drugs.
college.
Okay, let's go back to the fact that CJ started you on D&D.
Uh-huh.
What's that about? I didn't hear that. I mean, I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, we were talking, and I told him I wanted to play D&D, and he was like, "I'll make an adventure for you." And then we got two sessions in, and CJ had life stuff come up, so we had to stop the rest of the adventure, which sucked. But like, it is what it is. He did his job well. He hooked me.
Right. So then
Which
was
was
that
his goal
offline
all
or
along.
on stream?
That was on stream. You can actually see those 2 sessions on the Dungeon Nytes YouTube channel.
Oh my gosh, I'll have to go check those out. I knew CJ did D&D, but I've never seen any of their streams.
I played Alavor, a Goliath barbarian. It was great.
See, Etch-a-Sketch knew what I was saying about Poppy and being a high elf. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Only in
I think I
Bell's
just
Hell.
missed it.
Yes. Only in Bell's Hell is the playlist. There's only 2. But they're there.
Don't worry, we'll get you addicted to a lot of the D&Ds.
I'm already addicted. I was looking forward to this so much.
So I posted in
Same.
Discord. Like, some of you asked, some of you pleaded,
Some of you begged and threatened.
The thing.
Me. And now you get to suffer with this like very crazy bard.
Oh, Tika. It's gonna be great.
I love the name.
The name is really fun.
She'll be fun. I'm excited to play her. I think it'll be a fun character. I should have got food.
If you need to grab something real quick, go grab something.
No, it's okay. I'm surrounded by boxes. There's no
Like,
moving
but
until
then
the
I
end of this
can't
session.
Move.
What you don't see is that there's no moving from this position until I unpack. So we're stuck here for the next 24 hours.
At least you got a chair back there and you're not like in a box. You really appreciate the Donner Party
Yeah.
reference? I got you, Coder. I'm gonna start trying to
I
use a
didn't
bit
get
more.
that.
You don't know what you never heard about the Donner Party?
Was that not a like Donner and Blitzen reference?
No.
No.
The Donner.
Oh.
The Donner Party was a party that I think that was going over the Rockies.
Yeah. Colorado Springs, I think, area.
Yeah, and they got trapped in a really bad snowstorm, and
Oh my.
were literally forced to cannibalize some of the people that died.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, no, honestly, I'm going to go with my character on this one. Don't eat me.
Donner Party of
The
4.
heart.
I mean 3. I mean 2. I mean I'm hungry again.
I just appreciate that Geigen
no.
went along with my Star Wars reference. That was
The
pretty
Star
good.
Wars reference. that was good.
fun.
I love
That
Star
was
Wars.
good.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't not do it.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, gotta use them. Gotta use them culture references. I'm glad you guys have been taking notes. It's gonna be important.
I have actually been taking tons of notes. I had my little
Mhm.
fishy first, my little killer fishy. But we have some other notes, including a much nicer fishy. So,
Aw,
and
fishy.
little guy fishing in a pond.
Oh, fishy, 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 fishy.
What was that in quotation marks? Not dying.
That's about the Yeti.
Yeah.
Important things to know about.
Yeah,
Yeti.
Survival.
How do you survive a Yeti? Don't die. Oh,
Don't
Yeah.
die.
Glad I asked. Thanks, Professor.
you're welcome. Professor Alston's so happy to be helpful.
Very helpful.
I'm hoping that he'll be more helpful.
You'll see.
Do you want him to be a little more hands-on with his teaching?
Well, I was hoping that he would, be a tutor. I'm not necessarily going for an A. I might be going for his A, but,
Whoa!
oops.
Oh, so good.
And he's going back to Vidalca.
Oh my gosh.
I honestly, now I question how many actual professors go through this. Like, you've gotta think
Thank you, Cataract.
this is a regular
Well, you
occurrence in
described it
Boston.
as blue and strong and
He's
Yeah,
very,
kind
he's
of
very
good
striking, handsome
Yeah.
figure. Yes.
Yeah, he said he was very handsome.
It's very, very
Going
well kept.
for
She
more
wants
of a
more
D.
the D.
I was waiting for one of you to say it. I was all disappointed to Cataract to get there. All right. You guys
Let's
ready?
see.
welcome to Loot and D.
D&D. Lude D&D. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think this
All
is
right.
why my parents used to say I should never play D&D.
Is it though? Is it? I'm pretty sure that mine thought it was of the devil.
Well, this
Demon.
is
I don't
the,
think mine even knew.
I don't know. It's fine. All right. I grew up in a very, very religious household. So it's not like they were like fundamentalist or anything, but still there was like certain things that you just don't mess with. And D&D was one of them, unfortunately.
Pokemon. Pokemon was one in Montana that like all the parents were like, it's the devil, and it was the funniest thing to me.
Harry Potter for me growing up was like.
So fun story, because I always love to tell this fun story about my uncle. So my mom's sister, my aunt, married this man who my mom married my father, who we're kind of Christian, but more like the Presbyterian. So it's like, it's fairly progressive, that kind of stuff. More kind of open-ish, kind of practicing of the Christian faith. My mom's family were Mennonite Brethren, which is kind of a step above Amish. Basically like, hey, we believe in technology, but we are very fundamentalist. So like my household, my household was not like overly protective, but whenever we would go visit relatives, it was a different experience. And so when my aunt married my uncle, who the hypocrisy is always what gets me, because all of them were huge fans of like Star Trek and sci-fi and all this kind of stuff. Yet my uncle, when I brought up Pokemon one time when I was in high school, he goes, "Oh, Pokemon. Oh." And I was like, "What's wrong with Pokemon?" He goes, this is a quote, "Little monsters popping out of balls just ain't Christian." And I was like,
Klingon are. Okay.
I was like, your favorite movie is Dune, where it's literally people at war over drugs.
I don't know why Pokemon got such a bad rap.
I don't know either.
Wow.
Although so earlier today, I did get a different perspective on that, because I was talking about that with a friend earlier. And they said part of it actually was like they thought it was teaching kids to treat their pets poorly because their pets kind of fight. I could understand that angle. That actually makes a little bit of sense.
They fainted. It's not like they died.
Correct. And it was about a bond between the Pokemon to help them be better. It'd be
they
good
obviously
to the
didn't watch Ash and Pikachu.
Well, I know. Well, see, Ash's rival was always Addictus Pokemon, and he still was really good. So I guess it's giving you both sides of that coin. Anyway, you're not here for the Pokemons. You're here for the D&Ds. So let's get back to the D&D. Oh boy. just oh boy, this is gonna be fun. I love Monday. You're gonna make me love Monday. I am so excited. I'm here for the Pokemon in the D&D. I don't know if we capture a Yeti, maybe we can suppress it in a ball of holding and then
turn it into a below average microphone. It'll be great.
Okay, no, Snack cannot be named Snack. It needs to be Snack.
Snack, I choose you. Yes, please.
Don't worry. When we find a Yeti, I'll just throw out Snack and make Snack. I choose you.
I love it.
I love it so much. All right. Here we are back. So, Neverwinter University is a sight to behold, sitting northeast of Neverwinter on what was a large kind of rolling hill. It was built over a series of 5 years. The surrounding walls are about 50 feet high, and the architecture is very kind of sleek and metallic, almost as if there are smooth spines running up various kind of trestles up the walls. It's not your average looking kind of wall. It's just beautiful. There's a main portcullis that kind of allows you to enter into the kind of gateway, but it's this path that takes you to a central location. If you were looking at a top-down version of Neverwinter, you would clearly see kind of this circular pattern where at the very center is this smaller kind of central ring where it's more administrative and they handle admissions. It's where people sign in and visitors and all that kind of stuff. And then it kind of goes out in various kind of quadrants, almost like if you were to kind of cut a cake or slice a pizza, right? There are these larger sections that extend out, and the inner rings are then kind of housing, and the outer rings then go into more classrooms and practice arenas as they get larger. And so Neverwinter University has, again, each one of these slices represents a different one of the college. There's obviously one for each of the main kind of classes that adventurers would like to be. So one for bards and barbarians and rogues and rangers and sorcerers and wizards. They're not allowed to practice wild magic, though they do teach it. It's just too dangerous in the school setting. But it is truly a sight to behold. One of the cooler points of Neverwinter is that they have these portals that you can traverse through to get to anywhere you want to go. So let's say if you want to go from one college to the next, you can approach a portal, say which college you would like to go to the portal, and as you step through, bam, you're in this next college. So it becomes this very efficient way of moving, as the grounds are so big that even the distance from the dormitories to the practice arenas would take you quite some time to get there. And in the interest of saving time, they of course introduced this means of travel. So, as you all make your way from your various colleges through your portals to the classroom, you arrive there early to find the door swung open. And Professor Alston is inside.
So I'm here. I'm early, and I brought beer.
Tika, right?
That's me.
Right. Thank you for bringing the beer. You can leave it outside.
Okay, we'll have it afterwards. It's fine. I already had a couple. So, what do you need from us?
Well, we first need the rest of them to arrive. Are they?
Good morning,
Yeah.
dearies. I brought everyone a little snack. I made some honey biscuits this morning, and I just thought you might like something before we, show up early and do some more adventuring stuff.
Estia, that
I bet that'll keep
smells
the Yetis off of us.
delightful.
They're freshly baked. They just came out of the oven about 15 minutes ago.
Tika's gonna
morning,
just go over and
Professor.
start eating one.
Good morning, Poppy. I got baked goods. They smell so good.
Poppy, would
gonna
you
try
like a
and-
honey biscuit?
Thank you, Estia. Poppy's gonna try and catch the professor's eye again this morning.
All right, you can try. He is avoiding eye contact at this point, so roll with disadvantage.
Roll a disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
How do I do a roll?
Just
a
roll
disadvantage?
2d20.
2d20.
So disadvantage means you take the lower roll. If you roll at advantage, you take the higher roll.
That would be a nat 1.
Damn it.
What
So
would
Poppy,
that
as
look like
you
exactly?
walk in and you're like, "Hello, Professor," and you're gonna take the biscuit. You're probably trying to do something kind of like, suggestive with it, and it ends up just like falling down your shirt.
Can I suggestively pull it out of my shirt?
No, you critical failed. This is like hot on the chest, Ooh, sticky. Mm.
I'm gonna
Hello,
get his
Professor.
attention.
So Nighttime has now played your character. This is great.
I'm gonna get his attention.
I mean, it got his attention, just not what you were looking for.
Poppy, you look like you're having some problems there. Are you okay? Typically, food
Would
goes in
you-
your mouth.
Would you like to help me, Professor?
Not at all. Please go to the bathroom. It's down the hall.
I'm starting to wonder if there's any help.
Those are very warm here. And then she just hands her like I don't know, the cloth that was covering the biscuits.
Wait, where's
Thank
Drathar?
you,
Has Drathar come in yet?
Estia.
Yes, Drathar has come in.
Good morning, Drathar. Estia's
Good
made
morning,
biscuits.
Professor.
Just don't drop them down your shirt. Apparently, that's sticky and hot and unfortunate. It's a waste of
I
food.
will
Snack
pa-
would like a little bit.
Snack can have one, yes. I will pass. I don't eat food from other people until I know them well enough. Sorry.
It's a good practice.
Oh, Drathar, you're really missing out. But if that's your choice, just more for the rest of us, I suppose.
But Snack
you
would
let your
definitely
snack
enjoy
die?
one.
Here
Snack,
you go.
I will not ever
Come
let
here, Snack.
die.
Come here, Snack.
Drathar, let me help you out here. And the professor's going to cast a spell over the biscuits. Yes, they're perfectly safe, Drathar. You can eat them, I promise.
Did you just assume the biscuits were safe?
I did assume the biscuits were safe. I was hoping, Esty, that you would not try and kill me on your first day, considering that you do need me to proceed in this college. Killing your professor.
They're absolutely safe. I just enjoy a little morning baking.
I mean, I do occasionally have Professor Donner come in as a substitute if you would prefer his Goliath barbarian way of teaching. He's a bit more strict.
Cannibalistic?
I mean, he might get hungry. You might be able to sway him with biscuits.
I don't think I have enough biscuits for him.
Yeah, he's a tall man. Anyway, so what we have in
How
store
tall
for you,
is he?
he hits his head on the door on the way in. I can direct you to his college if you would like to see about becoming a barbarian. I'm sure he would love to take.
No,
on
are we
new
here to
people.
pick out equipment today?
Yes. So let's follow me.
Longsword.
Follow me down the hallway here, and he's going to escort you down the hall. And again, this hall is kind of like the walls again are this black metallic sheen, and you're almost walking on what like a marble stone floor. They really like went all out when it comes to materials. And as you're kind of making your way, kind of slooping off to the right-hand side, you're going to see that there's this whole section that opens up. And in this section is kind of like almost an armory. You see that there's some furs laying on one kind of area. There's a whole wall full of weapons in another area. And Professor Alston's just going to turn to you. All right, you four. Essentially what I need you to do is pick out a set of armor. Grab yourself some furs. If you want to make yourself a bit more authentic by grabbing some snow gear, feel free to do so. And then I need you to kind of pick a set of weapons that would be synonymous with your college. If you're undecided, pick whatever you think would go right for you, what feels natural. And
This is very difficult.
I'll be waiting back in the classroom. So I'm going to leave you to it.
Tika's gonna have no trouble. She's gonna literally just like run in, grab a long sword, set it down, grab furs, like cover herself up in as many furs as she can, and just basically just like get all cozy, grab the long sword and a couple other things, and just like run out all excited as she's like ready for an adventure.
Okay.
Because this is a show she wants to put on.
Tika, I have a question for you. With already having fur, does it make you uncomfortable to put on more furs?
No, it basically just blends in because then I'm like a whole furry beast, and I might actually fit in with the Yetis.
I mean, it does look cozy.
What color is your leg fur?
Yeah, white.
Ooh, so you have white leg furs. You're like a lamb.
Like a lamb, it's a little soft, lightweight. It gets a little darker down towards the feetsies. It's like a gradient of like white to gray. And my little paws, feetsies, not paws, hoofs. My hoofs are like a little grayish. They get black on the bottom. So basically, right now I look like a big old snow bear.
Cool.
With hoofs.
Estia, what do you choose, and what do you look like?
So Estia has long, like flaming red, very curly hair. She's 3 feet tall, a little on the chubby side from all the baking. And just, wearing a very like plain, dress and with her big old book bag. But yeah, pretty much she looks very much average halfling, except for the very notable red curls. So she's gonna walk over and kind of bypass the weapons section and then go straight to armor and then kind of like look around. She's going to grab 2 furs and then just some leather armor. And then she's going to struggle to kind of put it on because she's a little chubby. And so she goes over, Poppy, dear, could you help me with these buckles? I seem to be having all kinds of trouble.
Sure. I can do that.
I can't reach this last buckle here in the back.
Okay, I'll get that for you.
That's it.
Okay. Well, so you do need to pick a weapon. So what do you choose?
What if she doesn't pick a weapon?
Fine.
No, okay, fine. She will hesitatingly head over to the weapons and kind of put a hand
While you're
just
thinking,
looking at everything.
while you're
What?
thinking about that, let's go over to Poppy. Poppy, what are you?
Okay, good. That's
you
what she would be
choosing?
doing.
Well,
Just looking.
what I look like is I'm about 5'6". I have very striking blue eyes. My hair is a pretty white, very light skinned, kind of thin. So I will pick some leather armor, some furs. As far as like equipment, I'm gonna take a longbow. And then I will also have a couple short swords.
Cool. And then Drathar.
I have a question. Can I use perception to see if any of the items look special at all or better than the others?
There would be no point. It's all standard gear.
Fine. Drather, he looks like a young elf. He's got short black hair that he kind of has slicked off to the one side, and he goes over and he'll check out the weapons. He'll kind of look at a couple daggers at first, pick those up and kind of put those on a belt on his side, and then he'll grab also a short bow and some arrows. Then he'll go over to the armor and just grab a simple leather armor, grab some furs, put them on. And just because he likes to always be prepared, he will check out the survival gear and just try to get a nice assortment of what he thinks would be useful out if he was actually in Icewind Dale.
Sure.
And he'll start putting it all on and get ready.
Yeah, over in the survival gear section, there's an assortment. There's some of the kind of snow skis. There's a couple sets of those. There's a couple sets of goggles. There's some lanterns. There's some kind of torches that seem to be over in that general direction.
He would definitely grab a lantern, and if there's a bag, he would grab a bag and try to attach the snowshoes to the side of it.
Okay. Estia, have you decided on what you're going to be picking yet?
So Estia hasn't picked out a weapon yet, so she's going to go grab some survival gear. She's going to grab a pair of snowshoes. She's going to grab some extra. Is there rope available?
Of course.
Okay, so she's going to grab some rope, and then she's going to grab also a lantern. And she's just kind of have them all clumped up in her arms awkwardly because they're kind of big and heavy.
There's some packs. You can grab a pack as well if you'd like.
All right, so she grabs a pack and kind of stuffs the rope inside, sets the lantern in the top, and slings it over her shoulder, and then holds the snowshoes in the other arm. Actually, she's gonna attach the snowshoes to her belt. So, and she goes back over to the weapons and she looks at her classmates and she says, "All right, Drathar, you have a couple of daggers and what other weapons?"
Oh, sorry, what was that? I was not paying attention. I was, getting my gear ready.
What are your weapons of choice? I'm struggling to decide what to use.
Well, I do like a bow. It can be useful if you need to ever stay at range, but otherwise, a pair of daggers. If in a pinch, if you need it for survival, they come in handy. What can I say?
Okay. And then Poppy, what was your decision for weapons? Do you have any advice for me?
Just pick something that feels like it would come natural to you.
Well, I'm a little person, so the only thing that would come natural to me is, taking a nap, maybe. And then
I got a recommendation. Have you ever tried, I don't know, pots and pans as weapons? I think they'd come rather natural to you. You like to cook.
Oh, I might need to. I do have a very heavy cast iron frying pan that could come in handy.
You do see a set of cooking utensils.
So along with Drathar's recommendation, she's going to pick up a set of cooking utensils and stuff them in her pack next to the lantern. And then lastly, she's going to kind of gaze at everything. And Rit, you took a greatsword?
Long
A long sword? Okay. So as she's going to kind of look over everything, and then lastly, she's going to go for the absolute biggest weapon in the whole, like, array. And she's going to go right to this giant axe. And she's trying to, like, reach, because it's hanging on the wall. And as she reaches to pull it off the wall, she's going to just kind of sling it over her shoulder. And then she said, well, I think I'm ready.
I love it. So Professor Alston's going to come back. All right, well, I see you guys look ready as can be. You've got some furs there. I see you grab packs. Those packs are loaded with some basic gear. Looks like a couple of you have some survival items. That's good. Anybody else want to grab anything before we go to the presentation?
No, I suppose I should grab some snowshoes, huh?
I mean, it would make sense.
Are those javelins? I don't think I'm going to grab a few of those.
Feel free.
I need more food.
There are ration packs in the bags.
I will grab a few ration packs.
Well, they're already in your bag, so you're good.
Okay, I have a bag.
Well, I'm gonna grab some snowshoes, and I
Are there
suppose
snowshoes for me?
You could take them. Again, this is a showcase. If you were traveling to
Okay,
Icewind
but,
Dale,
like,
you typically
Would they work on my feet? Hooves.
Do they have snow hooves?
Hold on.
Do they have snow hooves?
Let me
Snow horseshoes?
let me go get something. And
Snow horseshoes.
He's gonna go kind of walk over to a corner, and he's gonna grab a pair of snow skis, and he's going to, or snowshoes, and kind of bring them over, and you're gonna see him, and he goes and he grabs an axe, just a hand axe, and he walks over to one of the weapon racks. He's like, one moment, and he starts hacking at this just whole like wooden kind of panel, and he hacks off these two probably like 3-inch square pieces of wood, and he walks over to the snowshoes, and he kind of puts it square in the middle and of each one of the shoes, and kind of like he casts a spell, and you see the wood kind of melt into the kind of netting of the snowshoe, and he comes up and he holds him to, and he goes, right here. So tying them is going to be a bit of an adventure for you, but at least if you keep your hooves centered in the snowshoe, it should work just the same for you.
Is there,
Poppy's
is there
gonna-
a kindling? Is there a kindling box? Or a
Those-
fire starter kit?
Those things should be in your packs.
Okay.
Okay.
Poppy's gonna kind of lean over and whisper to Estia, "Look at how strong he is."
I mean, I'm not all that impressed. He's only about as long as this giant axe.
Well, you can't go by that size alone.
All right, is everybody ready? It's time to go.
Professor, I'm going to grab just one more weapon. I'm going to grab a short sword just in case. You never know.
You know, it's never a bad idea to carry an extra short sword. They do come in handy.
I mean, really, you should be going for the long sword.
I'm gonna
It's not
grab.
always about the size. It's how you use it.
Agreed. Are we ready?
Ready!
I'm gonna grab an extra lantern too.
Wait, can I bring the beer with us?
Might as well.
Sweet. And she's gonna go ahead and put that in her bag and just stuff it full and put it on her back. All right, now we're good to go.
Lovely. Is everybody ready to go?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All set. I'm pretty sure I couldn't carry more if I tried.
All right. So this special presentation is actually going to be in Icewind Dale. So we're going to take a special portal that many of you probably haven't seen before. Follow me this way.
We're going to a place where it's cold.
Just for about an hour or so, just the length of class. We're just going to do a quick presentation on kind of like the period for the people of Icewind Dale so that they can understand a bit more about their own history. It's an exchange initiative we've got going on. Look, magic portals make this very, very easy. As long as you've got me with you, there will be no problems.
Okay.
All right.
I don't like the cold, but at least we're prepared.
Agreed.
I'm warm.
Yes. All right. Off we go. And so he's going to kind of take you back towards the classroom. And as he does, he kind of goes over and has you stop short of where the door to the classroom is. And he kind of waves his arm in a circular motion, and you see runes appear on the entryway of the door all around the outside. And they start to glow a bright blue. And as they do, you feel the energy start to kind of raise around the area. The kind of hair on your arm starts to stand up as if you're being charged with static electricity. And you see this small little blue dot form in the center of the doorway that then expands and covers the entire doorway in this ethereal blue glow. All right. Doorway's ready. Students first.
Onward and out. I'll go. And
Right.
she'll just go ahead and like trot in,
Tika.
hoofs pounding.
High hooves ready. Who's next?
Not letting her go on her own. I'm coming too.
All right. Estia.
Drathar will come next, just so Poppy can have a little time with the teacher alone.
Oh, wonderful, Drathar. Thank you. And Miss Poppy, please go through the portal. I will see you on the other side.
Okay, Professor.
As you all enter the portal, you feel your bodies kind of like fade in and out, almost as if your body kind of separates from itself, right? And you can almost feel like you're pulling apart. It's a very uncomfortable, weird experience, but it doesn't last long. As you kind of feel yourself come back together, and in an instant, you are just teleported into Icewind Dale, and you are standing at the base of this mountain, and in front of you, you kind of just see nothing but white.
Well, this is a little eerie. Professor?
Tika, as you look around, you see kind of about 2 feet off the ground where there is a cutout from the blue ethereal portal. And as you do, you see the portal starts to shake in midair, and it turns red. And it
that
seems to
doesn't
be
look right.
destabilizing. And it shatters with a loud No professor.
Professor?
It's just you.
Just
Wait,
me?
just
Frozen
Tika?
wastes. No, the 4 of you.
Oh, okay.
It's just the 4 of you in the frozen waste.
Is that supposed to happen? Is that part of the class?
That
It's cold here.
teleportation was wild. Oh my, I have never in my life experienced anything like that. That was astounding.
Yeah,
Where's
that,
the
that was spooky
professor?
and all, but where's the professor?
Where is he?
I mean,
As
I'm
you're
sure he'll be
looking
right along.
around- As you're looking around, you notice the faint echo of the explosion. All around you, and you hear the sound of cracking high above you.
Everyone, I believe we should probably start possibly finding somewhere to hide. I'm going to say Tika was talking too loud. I think an avalanche is coming, like the professor warned us about.
Drathar,
Oh, Tika was much louder than that explosion.
Yes, obviously. You guys are very loud at times.
Drathar, as you look
It was the
around,
professor.
Excuse me?
you can see that you are approximately 30 feet away from the base of this mountain. There doesn't appear to be any shelter there, but there at least is a wall that you can brace yourself against. Otherwise, you see nothing in the other direction. It's just white expanse. You see maybe a few trees, but that's it.
I am
I
going
need
to
you
point out to
all-
everyone.
To roll initiative.
Dun dun dun.
Bum, bum, bum.
Dun, 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 dun.
What do I add anything, or is initiative just whatever the roll is?
It's just a 20. Yeah.
Let's go. Let's try this.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Initiative is actually a D20 plus whatever your initiative score is.
Oh, do we have initiative?
You're right. I get a +3 on mine as well. So we're tied.
Oh, I gotta look at mine. Sorry.
Thanks.
Mine's a +1. Sorry, I'll reroll.
Do you want to re-roll if we forgot our initiative?
That's fine. Yep, that's fine.
Wait, where do we find initiative?
I messed up.
Top right near your armor class, there should be a box that says initiative on your character sheet.
Mm-hmm.
+2. Okay, so
There we
17.
go. 12.
18.
Sorry, give me 1 second. Sorry, Drathar, what's yours?
Mine is 21.
21. Okay. Bobby?
12.
Tika?
17.
And Estia?
18.
Okay. Drathar, you're up first. What do you do?
I am gonna point towards where I saw whatever sort of shelter that was, where we could brace ourselves, and I'm gonna just start running there as fast as I can.
What's your movement speed?
35 feet.
All right, you're able to make it to the wall.
Then I am gonna try to brace myself behind it as best I can and wait for everyone else to come over.
Estia.
So I'm going to look back at Poppy and Tika, and I'm going to reach into my sack. So I'm going to throw my sack off onto the ground. I'm going to pull out the rope, and I'm going to say, here, let's wrap ourselves in this so we don't get separated. And then I'm going to toss them each. So I'm going to wrap some around my own waist, and then I'm going to toss them each another end of the rope to do the same.
To both Tika and Poppy, since Drathar's already gone.
Yes.
Okay. Are you going to try and move?
And then after I see that we're all secure, then I'm going to try to run and follow Drathar.
How long's your rope?
But I can only move 25.
Okay. So you're able to move 25 feet in the direction of the wall. As you look up, you see that the crack of snow has started falling approximately 100 feet above you. Tika.
I'm going to go ahead and grab the rope as she throws it to me and then jump, which is part of being my breed, trying to pull them along with the rope. I get an extra 1, which was my roll. And my movement speed is, I don't know how long jumps work. Is that the same thing as movement speed?
You should see a movement speed and you should see a jump speed potentially too.
Jump speed.
Or like a jump, like if you have a jump, it'll say like your movement speed. So you could probably jump your movement speed. If it's a special ability, you might be able to jump a bit more than your movement speed.
It might be
so
under
it's
racial traits, right?
Yeah, so
Economics
it's
traits.
35 plus the 1 I rolled, so that'll be 36 feet is what I jump.
Okay.
With the rope kind of pulling them along with me.
So you just hear SJ go, is the extra like 10 feet.
Well, we'll
just
see.
like right the midsection of with the rope.
The snow falls fast. And as it comes rushing down, Tika, I'm gonna make you give me a strength check to see if you're able to pull Poppy along with you at all.
Sorry, I'm having a little issue seeing that. So 17?
Okay.
And that's a -1, so 16.
With a DC of 18, you were not able to pull Poppy with you. And her tightening on the rope kept you from going your full 35 feet. You were only able to go 25 feet. So you are still in range of the snow. As you look up, after kind of being caught midair, and brought down to the ground. You see the snow rushing into you, and the snow completely falls, encapsulating you and Poppy.
Well, it's been fun, everybody. Have a good night.
Well, that was a quick death.
I need you to give me, both of you, to give me strength saves.
Is that just a D20?
Yes.
So why was Estia not caught in the snow? She made it
Oh,
far
you
enough?
would be. You would be because you were only 25 feet.
Yeah.
Estia, you are, all three of you are caught together in the snow.
Dang it, I should have kept my mouth shut. Okay, got it.
No, you're right. You were caught in the snow.
So I have a strength saving throw.
Yes, a strength saving throw.
Okay, because I have a +2 on that.
Yep. You would add your modifier to whatever that save is.
Okay. So, whoops! I didn't mean to hit that. Hang on a second. It's not what I wanted to do.
Are you sure? Because that's not a bad roll.
Okay, well I'll take it. So it's a +2 on there. I
So
just didn't
You got
get that
a
on there.
dirty 20. Rit, what did you roll?
14.
Okay. And
12 for Estia.
12 for Estia. All right. Estia and Tika, you both will take, let's see. Three bludgeoning damage from the snow, and you are knocked prone. Poppy, you will take 1 damage. And you were able to kind of be still, kind of huddled but standing in the snow. Poppy, it's your turn.
Okay. So I got a hold of the rope as well then, the end of the rope. And I'm going to I can go towards the wall. I have a movement speed of 30. So go towards Drathar. As I'm sputtering.
So this is going to be difficult terrain.
Okay.
You are blind. You are fortunately not restrained because you did make your save. So you can move at half speed.
Okay, so I can go 15.
But you are completely encapsulated. You have no idea what direction to go.
I'm
And it's not that the
completely
wall
encapsulated?
provides you safety either. The wall just provided you a way to not be completely covered in the snow. Although technically, Drathar is also buried. He just didn't have to make the save for the effects of the falling snow on the avalanche.
So, okay, so I'm encapsulated. So they talk about in swimming. So I'm going to try and swim, and see if I can kind of get unencapsulated.
So you're going to try and move directly up?
Yeah.
Do you have a climbing speed?
No.
Okay, so there would just be half your movement speed.
So that 15
15 feet.
then.
You're able to claw your way up through the snow, kind of really struggling against the weight of everything, struggling to find your way up, and you make it 15 feet. Drathar, it's your turn.
Is the snow still coming down, or does it?
It's
Is
done
it
coming.
just-
The avalanche happened.
And the wall? Am I still standing? I mean,
You are still standing up against the wall. You are not blind per se. You can still see the snow in front of you and kind of have an unrestrained movement. But in order for you to get out, you're going to have to go into the snowpack.
yeah, I'm gonna try to go into the snowpack to try to get out and see if I can get on top of everything to try to get the help the others any way I can. But first, I got to get myself all the way out.
Okay. And your movement said is 35?
Yep, 35.
So, Drathar, you're able to kind of dig your way at a diagonal and start to burrow through this 30-foot thick pack of snow. You get to the top, and you look out, and you see just nothing but this ginormous mound of snow that kind of trails off into the distance, and you don't see any of your classmates. You have 10 more feet of movement speed.
Can I use my survival to try to guesstimate where they might have been, just so I can start heading that way?
Sure, give me a survival check.
$18.
18. You remember seeing Estia about 10 feet in front of you.
I will go over that and just start trying to get down to start digging down towards her.
So you travel the 10 feet and you kind of get ready to start digging, but you're not able to dig at all during this turn. Estia, it's your turn. You are prone under 30 feet of snow.
So, can I use my great axe to hack my way out of this snow?
No.
Okay, well, it's worth a try. So I'm gonna just start trying to dig my way up to the surface. I'm assuming it's gonna take some movement to be able to even get upright.
Yes.
So how far can I dig
So first thing I need
towards
you
the
to
surface?
do is I need you to give me a strength check to see if you're able to unrestrain yourself from the snow.
Okay. Should I do that in D&D Beyond or in the dice roller?
Dice roller.
Uh, 15.
This is just what you need. You're able to kind of force your way onto your hands and knees. And what you said your movement is 25 feet?
Yeah.
So you're able to just stand up. Ugh. And you're unrestrained at this point, but you can't move anymore. It took everything you had to kind of dig yourself and bring yourself up just to stand up. Tika.
I am going to also try to get up to the surface.
You are also prone, so you need to give me a strength save as well.
Yes. Well, 10.
You are unable to free yourself of the snow and are stuck prone at the bottom of the snow. Poppy.
She's gonna just kind of like at this point just hold on to the rope and try to do what she can to get pulled along.
Okay.
Can I continue to try and swim up?
Sure.
Let's see here.
As you
I-
move up through the snow, clawing your way to the surface, you're able to kind of bring yourself up. You look over and you see Drathar about 20 feet away from you, looking like he's about to start digging. You feel the rope still on your waist, and it's taut, but you are at least free of the snow.
Okay. I'm gonna holler out to Drathar. Drathar!
Yes, Poppy. I believe Ezio is down here.
I think I've got Tika on. She's in between us.
Then can you try to get Tika? I will try to get Ezio.
Estia is actually in the middle because she tossed either end of the rope to Poppy and to Tika.
You moved first, though. So.
Wait, what?
You moved first. Your initiative order was first. So technically, wherever the rope is bound, you might be in the middle, but in terms of positioning, you were furthest closest to the mountain.
Okay.
Yeah, I can try and help get Tika out.
Yes, we need to do that because I don't know what could be out here, and we need to try to get ourselves out as best we can quickly.
Okay.
I don't want to be caught unaware, especially by a Yeti.
Yeah, we don't want to get in, I don't want to see a Yeti.
And I definitely don't want to see a vampire penguin.
Oh, God.
Okay, you have 15 feet of movement left.
Okay, so I'm going to try and follow the rope down to Tika.
Okay. You're able to dig yourself down about 15 feet, and you just keep digging towards rope. But you see no Tika. Drathar.
Can I do a quick perception check just to see if there's anything around while I get ready to start digging straight down towards Etsia?
Yeah. Give me a perception check.
Nothing. An 8.
You look around, but there's a blizzard going on right now around you. You can barely see Poppy. Wind is rushing through your hair, kind of knocked everything loose. You can feel the furs kicking up against your face, and it is freezing cold. But you perceive no creatures around.
Then I am just going to focus on digging straight down towards Etsia.
Okay. You dig down roughly 25 feet. And you're able to see the hands of Estia.
I will reach out for him. Do I have enough action or movement to try to pull her out?
Sure.
Do you want a strength check or athletics check or?
I'd say give me a strength check, but I would definitely let Estia know you're there before you start tugging on her hands.
Yeah, I wouldn't know if she'd be able to hear me, so I'm just going to start tugging.
Estia, you feel Drathar just grab your wrists, and you can't see what's going on because your head's still packed in snow.
Mm-hmm. Ah, vampire penguin!
It looks cocked. Roll it again. Vampire penguins. There you go.
Okay.
Jatha, you're able to get a good purchase on Estia's wrists, and you are able to start lifting her out. Estia,
As I'm pulling her out and she's just screaming vampire penguins, I'm be like, where?
Oh, Drathar, I've never been so happy to see you before. Hold on, I need to grab my axe. And so you see Estia like just immediately reach back down towards her ankles and make sure she hauls the axe out with her.
Perfect. You guys are still kind of down in snow now, but you guys are both free and are able to kind of collect yourselves. And actually down 20 feet into the snowpack, you're kind of guarded from the wind, so it's actually not so bad. Could be worse. Estia, it's your turn.
Okay, so if we're 20 feet horizontally away from Poppy, and we're 20 feet below?
Yep, you're still kind of... Drathar had to dig down to free you, right? So you guys are kind of 20 feet down into the snow.
Okay, and so I have a rope around my waist that's attached to Tika. Can I figure out based on where the rope is where her location would be?
Sure, you could start digging in the rope.
Okay, so I'm gonna follow the rope and dig towards Tika, and then I'm gonna try that for a little while and I'm gonna try it for maybe 5 feet and realize I'm not getting good progress at all. So I'm just gonna grab the rope instead and just like yank with all of my might on it to try to just pull her right out of the snow.
All right, I want you to give me a strength check.
Is there any way I can just help her, just to give her advantage?
Yeah, I'll say sure. I'll allow you to do that since you're standing right there. But it's a DC of 18, so roll with advantage.
So I got a 10 and then a 15.
So you got a 15. So you start to pull and you feel the rope start to stretch. And Tika, you begin to feel this pulling on your waist, but you are so stuffed in this snow right now that you're not moving, but it's hurting your stomach because you're literally being like pulled up from your rib cage.
Sorry.
And it's your turn.
At this point, I at least know in which direction to go. So she's going to try to pull on the rope as well. So we'll
you
go
need
ahead
to
and
give me
do
another strength check. You're still restrained in snow.
strength check.
Those little satyr hooves are just not able to find purchase on the ground, and they, without any kind of traction, they're just sliding, and you're not able to get yourself underneath your body, and you're just stuck. And you're like, ah!
Songs! Help me!
Poppy, you see Drathar kind of go down, and you hear Estia start to kind of make noise a bit, and you assume that Drathar's
Vampire penguin.
gotten Estia, that or a vampire penguin. And it's your turn.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna yell at Drathar and Estia that I'm still digging down towards Tika. And I'm gonna dig a little bit further, following the rope.
As you do, you dig another 10 feet or so forward, and you see Tika's little hooves and her little white tush just like kicking, trying to free herself from the snow.
I found her!
Get her out, quick!
Help!
Come help!
How do we...
You have enough movement to where you can free her from the snow. You kind of start to just shovel snow aside, kind of carving out her body.
I regret the beer!
At least the beer's cold now.
Yeah.
It's very cold.
Frosty cold. Do I need to do like any type of a strength check or anything?
No, you had enough movement. You're able to kind of get her free. So now you are all free, and we are out of initiative. You have survived the avalanche, and you even did so without getting any exhaustion from extreme cold. So
Amazing.
go you.
Woohoo!
Right as soon as we hear that Tika is safe, I'm going to check to see if Snack is still with me and okay.
And Esty is going to check over all of her gear and make sure she didn't leave something buried underneath the snow.
Tika's just gonna sit there like, so now what the heck do we do? We're stuck out here in the middle of winter world. I forgot my notes. I forget where this is. And I'm drunk. Not prepared. What do we do?
Can I do a perception check to kind of see if there's anything going on around us
Sure.
that we might be aware of?
Mm-hmm.
I don't see a damn thing.
Poppy, you
just sorry
look
for you.
around, and as you kind of make your way back to the kind of top of the snow pile, you're looking around. The blizzard is a little less aggressive as it was before when you when it first got there, but it's still really blowing snow around. You just see wind rushing through trees in the distance, and nothing but white.
All right, well, that portal is gone. There's no professor. It's just us out here in the snow. So it's time to put that survival training to the test.
Survival training, I'm year 1. I haven't got any training.
Don't worry, as long as we stick together, we're gonna be all right. We can figure this out.
I might have a suggestion. Etsia, by chance, do you have your map?
I do. She reaches back and she grabs her syllabus, which has the map. This doesn't help. All we know is that there's snow here, which that covers just about everything.
No, what we need to do, Etsia, is let's try to see if we can find any landmarks, anything that looks like it might be on the map, and that might give us at least some direction.
So I'm gonna go ahead and look around and see if I recognize anything.
Is it still blizzardy or is it pretty calm now?
It's still a little blizzardy.
Drathar, before we do anything, I'd feel better if you would tie yourself, join our rope train here in case we get separated. This visibility is very limited.
Fine, I will join the rope gang, but I move more free, so I might cut myself loose.
I just don't want you to get so loose that you get lost in the snow.
Good point. As Tika looks around, she sees nothing, basically. Just snow.
All of you kind of stumped. Drathar, you kind of tie yourself around, make a nice knot, good and firm, so you're tied together with the rest of the group. And as you guys start to look at the map and kind of look around, everything goes eerie silent. And off in the distance, you hear... And
Do
we
we
will end
smell like
there
honey?
for tonight.
What if
That was
it's a
fun.
vampire?
What if it's a vampire penguin?
Oh,
Or a
shit.
Yeti.
I mean, it's definitely a Yeti, but like...
Vampire
No,
penguin.
really, what if it is a vampire penguin? We're rich.
Could be.
That's
That's
true.
true.
We would be
if we
able to upgrade all the
survive
books.
it, we're rich.
It could be. But we'll have to find out next time on Dungeon Nytes. Guys, make sure if you are watching this on YouTube and you have not subscribed to the channel yet, you do the thing. Hit the little like button and the notification icon to be notified whenever we're live, which is going to be every Monday on this channel. Come catch up with us on Twitch, twitch.tv/nighttide, on Saturday nights for more D&D, and on Wednesday nights as well for the Dungeon Talks show. We will catch you guys later. Bye-bye. At least that's the end of the proper show. Now we just kind of sit here and talk for a little bit. Hi, everybody.
That was fun.
Did you guys have fun?
We survived our first avalanche. Let's go.
Survive
I'm sure we'll have many more.
an avalanche.
So I knew we were going to end up getting stranded, but I thought Professor was coming with us. But now,
I thought so.
now we have less distractions, so that's good.
No more distractions, unfortunately.
I don't know. This Yeti or whatever it is might be really tall and attractive, and
We don't
Maybe
know
we
the
can give him
extent of
tea.
Poppy's flirting yet. That's true.
Or beer.
Or beer.
Excuse me, Yeti, do you like beer? Please take the beer and leave me.
I'm curious
I feel
what
like my roles were very, very on point for my character. Like she's half drunk, stumbling into class, stumbling into an avalanche, like wears up. I had fun. It was really good.
It was fun.
You didn't want to traumatize Poppy at the beginning. That's great. Oh, so good. All right, fam. Well, thank you guys, everybody that came over and hung out and chat. This has been a pretty awesome, successful evening. The nice thing about this is it actually doubles as the VOD. So as soon as we end the stream here, you guys are going to be able to just watch the VOD if you need to. I'll toss a thumbnail up on there. Actually, I think I made this go public after it was done. So we'll see. If it doesn't, I'll fix it. If not, oh well. It will be live in another day or so. But thank you, seriously, guys, for coming out and supporting us on YouTube. This was totally different and awesome. So I'm glad you guys had a good time. Thanks for being here, and we will catch you guys mañana. Bye.
Night.
Bye.